and you're live, and this is a weird cam, so we're up.
Yep, we're in.
Yep.
Hey everyone, this is Ryan. I'm the localization lead here at XSEED and the main editor for Fate EXTELLA.
My camera?
Yeah.
Hey, who's in camera, me or him?
Well, both of you. You can just
Okay.
scooch in.
Happy Friday 13th, guys.
Happy Friday the 13th.
I'm Jason.
Yeah, and so we're going to show you some gameplay for Fate EXTELLA, about 2 or 3 hours worth. But before that, in case you happen to miss the unboxing we did yesterday on our YouTube channel, we're going to do another live one for you right here. So let's get out the LE. Jason, if you want to, there's a little more room over on your side, so if you want to open it up and I'll talk about it.
Bam.
Bam, yes. So nice big cigar box, very solid.
Pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Alright, so I already like this part.
Yeah, it's got a pull tab, and this edge has a magnetic edge to it, so it'll click when you close it.
Yeah. You just do that all day. So, okay, we're done. Alright.
And then when you open it up, the first thing you're going to see is this cloth poster. It's 24 inches by 17 inches. Made of this nice high-quality cloth, you can see here.
You don't need to see my face.
Yeah. There it is. Blank on the other side.
Oh, yeah. You don't need to see the other side, that's all you need to see. Well, I'll fold that later.
Oh.
Here we have the 16 cards you get, one for each servant. In the game, that is. And here, let me do something cool. Yeah, hold them like that for a sec.
Are you doing a magic trick?
Yes, I'm doing a magic trick. So they look a little dark when you see them from that angle, under that light, but if you...
Maybe easier if we just use one.
Alright, yeah, we just do one for now. If you put a light behind it, you can see a lot more detail lights up. You can see some little stars that light up behind the character. Pretty cool. Yeah, and they're all like that. And we don't want to give it away. There's a little extra surprise to the cards. You'll find it.
And we get the game, but you already know that.
Oh, show them what's in the case.
Oh, not that. You want to show it?
Sure. So,
It's pretty gory. A lot of red.
a lot of red, and we do have this physical manual inside. Now, I should note that the physical manual only comes with the PS4 version of the Noble Phantasm edition. The Vita, unfortunately, it has everything else, but the Vita version does not include the physical manual. But what you get with this physical manual, full color, lots of neat little character illustrations, you know, screenshots, usual deal. There you go.
And there's an art book stuff down there, but we haven't opened one.
And this is the fully translated version of the Japanese materials book. It's hardcover, about 127 pages long, I think.
Yup, no, 128.
128. Yeah.
We don't necessarily want to open too much because...
Yeah, let's show them a few of the character pages. And then maybe just one or two of the encyclopedia pages, as long as we can pick some pages that don't spoil anything. There are spoilers in this book.
Yeah.
Be aware.
So I guess this one is pretty safe.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because they're in the back, they're behind us. Pretty good.
Yeah, you can read the character section with the portraits and everything and the stats without spoiling anything, but once you get to the encyclopedia section, there are some spoilers early on in that, so just be aware.
What's a good spot? Nope.
Turn it up towards you, Jason.
I don't know, which one's good?
Oh, that one's good.
Alright. Pro tag?
Yeah, pro tag.
So you got some pro tag shots.
Yeah.
Look at those cute chibis.
Lots of little chibi drawings of, I don't know every character, but lots of the characters at least have chibi drawings.
Yeah. The thing is, I opened up to a page, no spoilers, so I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
So, open the book when you beat the game. That's it. That's my recommendation. Do not open it before you pop in the disc.
Yeah, now the Noble Phantasm edition, of course, is available for both the PS4 and the Vita. It's available for pre-order now. If you'd rather pre-order digitally, we do have a PS4 pre-order digital bundle. It's available right now in the PS Store. That comes with an exclusive PS4 theme and an exclusive costume, the Shackled Bride outfit for Nero. And if you get that edition, then you'll get the Shackled Bride outfit. Well, it's compatible with the Vita as well, so you're basically getting it for both with that bundle. For the Vita, there's no pre-order digital bonus or digital bundle, but there is an early bird bundle that'll be on the PS Store for the first 2 weeks. And in that bundle, you get that same Vita equivalent of that exclusive theme. You also get the Cold-Blooded Warden exclusive costume for Gilgamesh. And yeah, with that, do we want to show some gameplay?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Now what we're going to do first is start a brand new game.
Sorry, it's gonna blank out for.
All good? Can they still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So we're going to start a brand new game first, level 1. We're going to unlock a few things as we go. We're going to show you what we unlock, and we will go from there. And yeah, let's just get started here.
Mind you, it's level 1, so...
Yeah, this is level 1, so you're going to see, we're going to develop a few more combos and whatnot as we go. But we'll start with the first main character story, which belongs to Nero Claudius here. There is save data present. Ooh. We'll say continue, see what happens here. Okay. Oh, that makes sense, okay. Oh, this is one of Nero's secondary costumes. We'll go ahead and put her in her regular costume for now, just so you can see what that one looks like. Yep. Long as we're here, might as well show you the Shackled Bride. It comes again with the PS4 digital pre-order bundle. There it is.
I still prefer the first one.
First one's nice.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. This is actually a little bit later in the game, so this is beyond the starting point. Do we want to just start from the top? What do we want to do?
Let's start from the top. We can ask the chat.
Yeah.
If you want.
Okay, chat. Do you want to jump in the middle or take it from the top?
No, because they don't want spoilers. You start from the top.
All right, we'll start from the top.
I assume.
Executive decision.
Starting from the top. Very top. New game. And we'll go on normal for now.
Because we're so good at this game that normal makes us fall asleep.
You can play while you're sleeping. System Zero says, please include the Choo Choo Cthulhu song with pre-orders.
We should tweet that out later. We should.
It's definitely on my... So do you want to give kind of like a basic rundown about this beginning?
Well, I think the beginning is kind of... I think it pretty much explains itself.
That's
You
true.
know.
There's just...
Ancient apocalypse, you know. we'll fill in, you know, more as needed as we
Yeah,
go.
just explain how bad stuff happened.
Yeah.
Bad stuff happens. Must have been Friday the 13th then, too.
Yeah.
Should we bring out our Sachiko charms?
So here, our main character, returning from Fate Extra. Oh, wait, no, sorry, we're not there yet.
Got some spooky stuff to go through.
Yeah. This, you'll see, is a bit of a flash forward. the meaning of which will become clear later on in the story. And it doubles as a quick combat tutorial. Oh, and you know, we're officially level 1 now, so we're going to... Oh, wait, no, we started level 11 when we started.
Normally you're at level 1, but
yeah, normally
right here, since it's supposed to be, you have everything unlocked. So all your comp potentials are open.
This is the game's one of the game's signature moves, the EXTELLA maneuver, where you can store up that blue meter and then use as much or as little of it as you want at one time to hit everything on the screen, repeatedly if you want to.
I say that move is really broken. You can abuse that thing like easily.
These little sake bottles here help refill that meter. Oh, and here we have the famous Noble Phantasm.
Am I already using it?
You use it by default at the end of this part.
And again, people saw it in Fate Extra, so...
Yeah. Every character has their own signature move like that. That's what the Noble Phantasms are, basically, for newcomers. Random question, by the way, since there's a lot of unvoiced text here, would anyone like to hear me narrate it?
Oh.
That is all that remains of the Ancients' final records. After the passing of 30 sunsets, or perhaps a few more, mankind's ancestors accept their end. Only one fleeting warning survives for future generations. Oh, can't show you that.
Buy the game.
Buy the game. Okay, this part is a little more cryptic when you're first starting the story out, but it'll make more sense as you continue to play. All you'll see for now is that the main character, from his point of view, is waking up in this sort of groggy, confused state and sees this enormous black shadow looming over him.
Basically, you have a hangover.
KLoud888 asks, are there aerial combos?
Yes. You can do some crazy, depending on the characters. Some characters have like more maneuverability, and then some characters are much slower, so depends on who you pick. But yeah, they should all have like basic air combos.
Yeah, that garbled text there just kind of indicates a roar. It's glaring at you. It's targeting you. You should realize that without being told. You can see that the glowing points of light are its eyes. A giant shadow from the unknown. It's looking at you. That giant shadow is not a servant. That's what your nature, your soul, screams. But it's not an enemy program. Your mind, your experiences scream that out with conviction. All that comes from your body, your instincts, is a cry of wordless terror on your quivering tongue.
Pretty God 1 asks, is Shinji in the game or Sakura?
I would say not as such.
No, they're not in the game.
Good answer, Jason.
It's coming. It's here. The giant shadow spreads out with overwhelming speed. With that much mass and velocity, its kinetic energy is on par with a plane crash. How much damage could it do to Seraph? Seraph is the virtual the program that runs the virtual world you're in. A thought runs through your head.
What was it? Pronunciation was like
no
Serial Phantasm, I think.
Serial Phantasm, yeah. There's no way this ends well. There is only an instant before the darkness engulfs all. Just as in the records and the warnings the moon witnessed long ago. So I'll ask you one last time. Someone with nothing to look back on. Someone who has nothing to flash in front of your eyes. An empty shell. Was that what you were? Are you really that kind of creature? It's very cryptic again. at least 90% of that will make more sense as you play.
Yeah, first time I was translating this, I had no clue what was going on.
Okay, now we get into voice text. Everything but the main characters' lines are voiced. So, can you guys watching hear the voices? Okay. Well, there'll be a few more in a sec if you need to listen and see.
The drastic measure says, sounds like you're narrating the Twilight Zone, LOL. A couple people are asking if they can play this without having played Fate Extra first.
Basically, the story is they're going to continue to recap the important points of Fate Extra. So the EXTELLA story is, I would say, more or less self-contained. Now they do reference some of the earlier lore and a lot of the earlier sort of quirks from the established characters, so you'll get more out of it if you're more of a fan of the series. But you will, I'd say, there's enough to go on within this one game.
Yeah, I got what was going on, and I didn't finish Extra. So.
And also the book will give you a whole lot more information.
Yeah, the book is a great resource to have at your fingertips if you get a little bit confused and want to traipse through there a little.
Basically, all I have to know is they're in a computer.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. All right, we'll just go with the default name. And confirm.
What was the name that you had?
Oh, Freight Train Ferguson.
There we go.
So the characters will recap most of this, but to give you the gist of it, just to start you off, at the end of Fate Extra, and I'm going to spoil a little bit of Fate Extra here, your character, who comes to find out, pretty early on in Extra, that you are in this virtual world, and that you're on some level a virtual being, enters this competition called the Holy Grail War, where each competitor summons a servant, heroic spirit or villainous spirit, but the heroic spirit is kind of the catch-all term, from history or mythology or fiction, and then each character has, let me start that sentence over, each competitor has one of those servants as a champion, and they get in this organized tournament of death, with the winner gaining access to make one wish from the so-called Holy Grail, which is actually the supercomputer. Same supercomputer that governs the simulation they're all living in. The main character wins, but that's the last thing he or she remembers at the start of this story. And here we have Nero Claudius, also known as Saber. This being a different Saber than the blue Saber known as Artoria.
This is the Saber. She says a lot.
She did.
Yeah, the stream started, they saw her, and it was just like, the whole chat was just like,
Yeah, more umus in the chat right now. Red the Fool asks, who can you pick at the beginning?
At the beginning, the only character you can pick is Nero here, but you'll get access to more characters soon.
Yeah, sorry. You have to start with Red Saber. You don't get to go to your waifu Tamamo just yet.
Just yet.
gotta work up to her.
You gotta level up. You gotta earn her respect. like writing. When I was translating, I like writing her because she's so pompous. It's like, oh, she's pretty easy to write.
Yeah, she
For
treats
you,
everything.
Jason.
She treats everything like this grand performance, and that was fun.
I think the hardest to write was Tamamo. Tamamo was pretty tough.
Tamamo is cryptic a lot of the time. Though those who've been following our blog entries will know what we mean. But you'll see some of that as we go as well.
How does the text change if you're playing male or female?
To some degree. Your narration is basically the same, except under certain circumstances. But the characters will refer to you, except for Tamamo, who always calls you husband as part of her character. Most other characters will refer to you by the appropriate gender or nickname. And your text, well, there's one particular story where the male and female character's text is just slightly different.
K-Loud 888 asks, are there any tsundere servants?
Probably.
There's so many. But particularly in EXTELLA.
Yeah.
XSTREAM? I mean, isn't
For the cards.
I would say, like,
Elizabeth considered tsundere?
Elizabeth can be considered tsundere. Tamamo can be terrifying to everybody but you.
I think Tamamo is more yandere,
Mm-hmm.
which is, yeah, she's sickly in love with you.
Yeah, like Tamamo will, and you'll see this more in her story, although I don't know if we're going to get to that today. But Tamamo will just like intimidate the hell out of all of her subordinates and then turn around and make goo-goo eyes at you.
Yeah, it's a yandere.
I'd say probably Elizabeth is the closest thing to a tsundere. In this game, she kind of plays the part of the obnoxious teenager, younger than everyone else, who demands to be taken seriously. And here we are in what they call my room. Every main servant has one.
Nero is an artist. She wouldn't stand for such a room.
Oh, you'll see. Yeah, Nero's artistry does definitely come into play. Yes, please explain.
Higa-sama has the best hair.
I have the best hair.
It's pretty top notch.
That's true.
Is there any competition in the office?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think you do have the best hair in the office.
I mean, Ryan has very nice hair too.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Liz, you have great hair.
But I use wax, so I go like
Next
above,
level?
yeah, next level.
Dang it.
Damn.
Jason, it's just supposed to be all natural.
A little bit of a lore note. Traditionally, the participants in the Holy Grail War, the Masters, were known as mages because they used actual magic. In this sort of technological context, they're referred to as wizards, as in technical wizards.
game has a lot of lore. A lot of lore.
Oh yeah. There, in addition to the printed encyclopedia, there's also an in-game encyclopedia for some of that lore.
So she's explaining some stuff from Extra here.
She is.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, that bond is your level between you and your servant.
Yep.
Depending on your choices, like you have the little when you had the what was it the multiple choice, like pick your answer, that'll affect the bond.
Yeah, you can also affect their bond in combat by healing them when they ask and preventing them from getting hurt in certain ways.
And the higher the bond, I think you get what special scenes.
Special scenes, as well as the ability to install more skills. Basically, you have these things called install skills, basically these passive perks you can put on your servant, and having a higher bond enables you to use more of those at once. Now, this is an important plot point here. When you and Saber won the Holy Grail War, you were given this ring called the Regalia as a symbol of your victory.
Wing Sword is saying that this isn't even the full Nasuverse 2. You could probably have an entire class about making sense from the Nasuverse. Could you imagine a class on the
university?
Yeah, university level
that.
class.
Yeah, and then I'll probably fail the final because I would fall asleep.
Oh no!
Yeah,
So straight up, it's a history class.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not good with history.
Yeah, me either.
Maybe if like one of the history teachers like used Fate as like a teaching
tool, yeah.
Just
Yeah, I
show-
wonder if, 10, 20 years from now, we might have, literature classes that teach video game stories, certain video game stories anyway.
That'd be really neat.
I
I
mean,
mean, it's another way of storytelling, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you can use Fate as a history teaching method. It's more easier to grasp and because you see oh, here's an old guy back in the 1500s, but then you show some waifu character and you grasp. It's oh yeah, her. No, it's technically him, but
Yeah, that's one thing. If anyone new to Fate is wondering, yes, that is Nero Claudius, the Roman Emperor, appearing as a female character. Part of the reason within the lore that they do that, that certain servants will appear as, someone other than their historical counterpart, is to disguise their true identity. Because when you're in competition with other servants, giving away your identity means giving away your strengths and weaknesses and helping them prepare to fight you. So that's one reason. But yeah, gender is always just a tiny bit fluid in this game in some ways. Well, sometimes more than a tiny bit. You'll see as we go. And here we introduce Team Nero.
Who's your favorite on Team Nero?
My favorite on Team Nero? Well, mine's probably Gawain. What about yours, Jason?
Lee Shuan, just because he has a really awkward laugh.
Kaka. Yes.
He's so short.
Here's Cucullin, who, as at least one user apparently knows, is the man who inspired the Choo Choo Cthulhu song. Yeah, see, there's Missy for the female character. You'll see that sort of thing throughout.
A couple people are asking if you can get bad ends or dead ends in this game like you could in Extra.
I don't believe so.
No, I mean, yeah, the game's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's like a visual novel, but there's not severe consequences.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to just enjoy the story.
Yeah.
What about with bonding events? Would you be able to get full bond no matter what, or do you have to like actually try for it?
If you miss out on certain dialogue options, or if you choose the wrong dialogue options, you can still raise your bond in battle.
We've got some love for Choo Choo and Gawain going on.
See, half of these characters when I was translating them, I have no clue who they were. So I had to actually look them up in like Wikipedia, like who are they actually in real life.
Yeah, for those who might not be familiar with the lore, Cuchulainn is an Irish folk hero known for his deadliness with a spear. He's also known as the Hound of Ulster because near the beginning of his story, he killed another man's dog in self-defense, and to make it up for him, offered to effectively be his guard dog until he could find a replacement. Li Shuen over there, next to Cuchulainn, is not mythical. He's a historical martial artist and instructor. Gawain, of course, is a Knight of the Round Table, and Nameless is a recurring hero from past Fate games.
Isn't Gawain supposed to be one of the strongest
Yes.
knights on the Round Table?
In fact, as part of Gawain's lore in this game, he becomes super strong between noon and 3 p.m.
Because his powers rely on the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So him and Karna are best friends. Meaning that, yeah, Gawain sucks at night.
Satu 44 says, please no bullying.
This Emiya shade, please no bullying.
Oh my god. Hacker was like, gosh, fine, whatever.
Praetor.
Yeah, each one of the 3 characters has their own nickname for the main character. Nero's is Praetor, Tamamo's his husband, and I won't spoil what Altera calls the main character yet.
Someone asked, how's the difficulty for this game if you're new?
It's adjustable. You can set it to very easy if you want, or ramp it up. It's up to you.
I say ramp it up. The game does get more entertaining.
Yeah. We had some people having difficulty at our demo at like E3 and
I mean, like the first time you play up, yeah, it might be confusing, and because you don't really know what's going on. But once you get the hang of it, yeah, you can breeze through this game pretty fast. Like especially through the battles.
especially if you're Jason.
Yeah, when I try to speedrun through each stage.
Bloodwolf 6 asks, does Tamamo still call you husband if you pick the female main character?
Yes, because Tamamo, as part of her lore, well, some of you might have heard me tell the story last time, but let me just explain why it's a great story. So, Tamamo, part of her background is that she was this fox spirit who would go around possessing the consorts of kings and then corrupt them. Historically, there was this Chinese king who everybody hated. They called him, like, after his death, they legally changed his name to King Horseshit because he would just lie around in a canoe in a pool of wine all day and kill anybody who tried to make him do his job. And he had his mistress named Daji, who people blamed for corrupting him. And from that and a couple other similar stories, they developed the story of this, this fox spirit who would go around, corrupting all these rulers. But Tamamo sees herself as just trying to be the perfect wife for the perfect husband. And so that's how she always treats her master, is in the role of that husband, with herself as the perfect wife.
I apologize in advance if I mess up your name. Urknard14 asks, is the main story repeatable?
Yes.
You can go back and re-experience the same story.
And they even have an in-game explanation for why you can repeat the story, which is kind of interesting. But it's also a spoiler.
I don't think we ever showed this stage, huh? Every time we showed a demo, it was always
Tamamo's
Tamamo's castle.
Tamamo stage. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
This is
so
the first
blue.
time we've shown this.
Yes.
Yeah, when I first saw the stage, I'm like, Jesus, it's so blue.
Beautiful. Look at the water. Relaxing. Like the title screen.
Fight.
So to sum up, for those looking to follow along, at this point, because you are now the new ruler of your kingdom, you and Nero ruling together, the first order of business is to take a tour of the kingdom, which is expanding every day thanks to Seraph building new areas, and make sure it's pacified and unified. And while you're out on this tour, these rogue enemy programs, with no one else to fight, are just popping up to fight whoever, in this case you. And since this isn't a Holy Grail war and you're not in formal duels anymore, you have to come up with a new way of fighting to deal with that.
So we had some people asking if male Hakuno has shoes, and a couple of people are like, yes, he does.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, day one DLC, hashtag shoes
Shoes
for
for
Hakuno.
You think she's walking, but she's actually floating.
Mm.
She just hovers.
She's too pure for this world.
Yeah, she doesn't step on
And the
this.
computer world.
And then... oh. And then this happens.
Don't worry, we're almost to the gameplay.
Yep, yep.
Naoki, Kira, Kinari are the costume in the art book in the game as well.
I believe so.
I mean, we can show these ones.
Yep, yep.
See it?
And battle begins.
Perfect.
So you got your dash jump here, which I like to use to get around. Your basic dash, which you can use as much as you want. Got your basic light and heavy attacks. And over there in the blue sector with the number 4 over it, Archer is down there fighting on his own, so you are not the only fighter in on your side in battle. Right now you're in a hostile zone with no allies, but you'll see more allies as we go.
By the way, when you start this stage, this is level 1, so
Yeah.
technically you should be level 1, but since...
Well, we continued, we had some existing save data, so even though we said new game,
Yeah.
we're still level.
So, right now, technically you're not supposed to be this strong.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the other save file was level 40, but... Alright, got enough for XTELLA maneuvers, so let's wrap this up. That little meter on the right center of the screen with the little people figures filling up, that shows you how many regular enemies you have to kill to call out aggressors, who are the captains, the officers of the enemy groups. And once you defeat enough aggressors, the sector becomes yours. And you can move on, although the enemy can try to take it back.
It's a race against time.
Mhm.
That's why I do a speed run. You just focus on taking out aggressors instead of just grunts, because grunts really don't do anything for you.
Yeah. Grunts can drop items. They can drop food items, especially if you're low, which is nice. But otherwise, yeah. Aggressors, when you kill them, will drop little more permanent perks, like better skills, that sort of thing. All right, we have taken this sector.
Nums wants to know how long the story is.
Pretty long.
Pretty long. Counting all 4 main characters and all the side stories. Well, even if you leave out the side stories, I would say it would probably take you about, what do you think, 12, 15 hours to play through everything? Maybe longer?
Yeah, maybe longer.
Yeah, not counting side stories, of which there are 13. Each about an hour long, I would say, maybe a little, give or take.
Each character has their own mini story.
Mm-hmm.
So, and some character stories don't unlock. They have specific requirements to unlock the story mode for them.
Yeah, and once you've unlocked their story mode, you get their first chapter, but then you have to continue on through the main story to unlock more chapters within the side stories.
Yeah.
So you'll be going back and forth.
Panadio wants to know if your allies are useful in this game, or if you leave Nameless alone, is he gonna lose the sector, or?
This is a Dynasty Wars game, so technically your allies are garbage. They don't do anything. I mean, they'll hold off the enemy.
They can hold off the enemy to varying degrees.
But they're not going to hold them off for long.
Yeah.
So you really have to race against time. If you spend too long in an area, they will retreat, and more enemies will come and take over your spots. So.
Now, those blue and red meters up top represent the regime keys. Each sector is worth a certain number of keys, as indicated on the map, and once you control enough sectors at one time to max out your side of that, then you're considered the owner of the territory. And at that point, all that's left is to defeat the boss. If the enemy maxes out their side, then you lose immediately.
So on this stage, usually your ally, I guess what, Kukulane, he can hold off the enemy pretty well.
He can.
But later, but later on in the game, when the enemies get stronger, that's when your allies don't really do too much.
So I don't know if you saw in the back just now, there's not just one type of enemy, of course. There were some archers back there. Later on, you'll encounter some flying enemies. Oh, and over here, these orange containers contain Noble Phantasm circuits, or pieces thereof. And when you find all 3 of them in one level, then you get to use your Noble Phantasm one time to completely clear a sector out and do heavy damage, if not all the damage, to the boss. Yeah, so there's Kukulane doing his thing.
Levinian wants to know if you can change the button format on the controller via the menu or anything.
You know what?
You should be able to.
I think so, yeah. Let me just confirm that. 1 second. Yep, you can. Okay. Oh.
Yeah, I hate those axe ones. The axe enemies and the archers are probably the most annoying
Yeah, I
for me.
hate the archers so
The
much.
flyers
I hate
get
the
my vote
fly
for
out.
worst.
Oh, really?
I hate
Yeah,
the
because they
flying
can stun
one.
you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they can stun lock you. I forgot.
Yeah, I always use an EM maneuver as soon as I see flyers because it's just not worth chasing each one of them down individually.
Yeah, it's true. Arrow combos are harder to chain.
Oh, incidentally, those top 3, or the top left icons you see there, are your code casts. These are things that the master can do while inside the servant's ring to give the servant a boost. And once we get into our next fight, I will show you how those work.
Zatu44 asks, what do command seals do in this?
So when you use a command seal, you have the option here. You can access the command seal option at any time, and If your servant gets knocked down, you can bring them back up. Effectively, there continues. You can also expend all your command seals at once to get them back up and make them much more powerful for a limited time. Handy on harder difficulties.
I never had to use it, but yeah, if you play on like hard, it can come in handy.
Jason is too good for us.
No, I mean like you really don't need to use it.
No, I think there was like on one of the bigger battles, I used a command seal.
I want this rave party.
Yep, so here is Elizabeth Bathory, one of the servants on Team Tamamo. Now, Elizabeth's backstory in terms of history is that she was one of history's most infamous serial killers. She would bathe herself in the blood of young maidens to try and stay beautiful. Some people even rumored she was a vampire. Here, she is shown as a half-dragon owing to her, well, without getting into too much detail, she was related to the family of Vlad the Impaler, who started what was known as the Ordo Dracul, the Order of the Dragon. Dracula literally means, or at least comes from the word for dragon. And so here, she's a half-dragon J-pop star because, yes, there are reasons. She's kind of going through a fresh start at this point. Now that the Holy Grail War is over, everybody gets a fresh start. And so she's playing around with the idea of not being quite such a bad person anymore, and she figures if she can't make herself stay beautiful, maybe her music always can be. Unfortunately, her music is terrible.
What's that turtle shell you're saying?
Oh, so that is called a plant, and what they do is they will pop up, sometimes during scripted events, sometimes at random, in enemy-occupied territories, and for as long as they're alive, they will continue to manufacture more aggressors, and they can send them into neighboring territories to attack them. So whenever you see a plant appear on the field, it's in your best interest to get rid of it right away.
No one sings like Higa-san.
Yeah, because I don't sing.
Do your command seals regenerate? Or not, do you want
In between missions, yes, they do. You get 3 per mission. Which is a bit of a break from the lore, but
Yeah,
gameplay-wise, it's helpful.
It's like, yeah, once you use it, technically you shouldn't even own the servant anymore.
Yeah. Okay, the aggressors are back up. You'll notice, by the way, that orange arrow points toward whatever aggressor is the closest one. Also works to point toward enemy servants if there is one in the area.
Wingsword asks, favorite character to play as for you guys?
I mean, Nero is easy to use, so I like her. I tried using Elizabeth just because I like her in the game, but she's not as easy as I thought it'd be. Same for Joan. I thought Joan would be cool, but I don't know, didn't fit my playstyle.
Yeah, I like Nero. Tamamo had a bit of a learning curve toward her, but I got used to her, and I like using her as well. Archimedes is... well, I haven't met Archimedes yet, but he is surprisingly fun to use.
I actually really like Tamamo, playing as Tamamo. I like her voice over her like little battle noises.
Yeah. Tamamo also plays very differently than a lot of other characters because she is a caster, and a lot of her attacks revolve around using different types of magical attacks.
I did like using Altera.
Altera is really cool.
Altera's pretty cool.
I kind of like the way Li Xuan plays. It's kind of unique.
Li Xuan's cool too, but since he doesn't use a weapon,
Yeah, no,
his range is pretty short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
He has
like,
some nice moves, though.
yeah, I think it's just interesting how different his style is from everybody else's.
Okay, Gawain actually reminded me of Siegfried from Soul Calibur. That was fun. Now, note here, you don't have to conquer every territory. You do get a small bonus if you do conquer each territory in the region before you wrap the level up. But we got some other levels to show you, so we're just going to wrap this up. Noble Phantasm time.
We got a question, can you lock on target?
You can lock on specifically to enemy servants.
And Nums asks, what's the level cap?
If there is one, I haven't hit it yet.
Good answer.
Is she out? Is she... Oh no, what? No, she's there.
She will be.
You can transform.
You know, I'm not supposed to have that in the story yet. It would be cheating. But I will show you some code casts, so I'll heal. Oh, and
Yeah, it comes
here
through
she's
the-
powering up a little bit. I'm going to use one of my decoys. There you have a little bouncy, target dummy that everyone goes after for a little while.
Bouncy Shinji.
Yep. And here we go. Here is... We can do a character switch in mid-battle.
The Bay.
Yes.
Bay is a little weak.
And he immediately gets crushed.
Yeah.
Poor love.
When you like max out Archer, he's pretty cool too. This guy. I can't say his name because he doesn't have one. But this guy.
This sucks. That dude.
There we go.
This stream is secretly just nameless shade. Oh, look at that pose.
So the more you level up, yeah, you get more combo potential.
Jason, you want to take the next level?
Alright.
Yep, there you go.
Well, it's gonna be a lot of talking again, so.
Yeah.
Why does she call her a squirrel?
Oh, it actually varies by gender. She calls you, well, actually this line, I guess she, but yeah, she has two gender-based names for you, Squirrel and Piggy.
Yeah, any weird sounds, it comes from the controller, because technically it's going into your controller.
Yeah, your ring is like your controller.
Yeah.
Look, she's blushing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, writing all this romantic stuff was kind of hokey for me.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm a sap. I kind of like it. You know, I think like the one, you know, not the one, but you know, one thing that really kind of hooks, I think, some readers to the story is just that you know you really buy over this, you know, over the course of this story and the dialogue between them that they are, you know, just two people who have been together a long time and are still just madly crazy in love.
Wow. Ryan, you're so romantic.
Yeah, honestly, the description of Artoria in Fate's Stay Night, I feel like, is what hooks a lot of people. Yeah. You can't post links in the chat, I'm sorry. Forgive us.
All is not well.
So we have someone asking who would be the perfect servant for Higa-san, which kind of ties into the blog that we posted
Oh yeah.
today.
For those who might not have seen, we actually did post a blog earlier today. You can find it from our Twitter page, or from our Twitter, on like which servant each one of us would pick.
Mine was Harada Sanosuke. Go look him up.
And mine was Don Quixote.
Can you speed up the text display as an option?
I think so.
The text speed?
Yeah.
I mean, you can just push X and it'll automatically load everything for you. It's just like most of it is voice acted, so every line is spoken. So it might take some time to go through every single line.
Nick's report asks, how hard is Otoya to unlock in this game?
We actually recently posted a walkthrough to explain the finer points of that, because there are multiple steps to it. But once you know what to do, it's not that hard. And of course, none other than Tamamo herself. As a note, when Tamamo is in this sort of transformed state with this costume that you see her in, she speaks in the royal we, otherwise she speaks in the regular singular I.
You're going deep.
Now, as far as your character understands at this point, Tamamo was your subservient in the Holy Grail War. She was working with / under you and Nero, while constantly competing with Nero for your affections. And then, right at the end, they kind of double-crossed each other, depending on which one you ask. And so Tamamo got shafted out of the final prize. But again, it's very much comes down to point of view there.
Forever the Fool asks, Day 1 patch will fix the specific time to unlock Otoya.
Indeed it will.
I like that smirk on her face.
So much caster love in the chat.
I like Caster's voice acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because she's like she's like she speaks really really fast at some times. So I'm like, wow.
Yeah, and wait until you see her when she's not in this transformed state and her speech isn't quite so lofty. Then she just goes up to 11.
Yeah, and I know what's her Chiwa Saito, the voice actress. She's also Imu in Senran Kagura.
Oh.
I think Nero's voice actress was Sakura in Cardcaptor Sakura, like way back in the day. I think, if my voice actor knowledge is correct.
Now Kira Kinari asks, who supplies these servants with mana?
Oh.
Or is it spoilers?
Well, you will momentarily see the answer to part of that question.
たまにはどころかいつも強硬策なのが貴様だったわ。まあよい。世も人のことは言えぬ。あえて流す。腐れゆえ一応聞いてやろう。キャスター貴様なお企みなんて人聞きの悪い。私はただ自分の本性に従っているだけ。何も分かっていないあなたとは違うのです。ほんと愚かな皇帝陛下。ご自分が何と寄り添っているのかも分からず、レガリアが一つきりだとお思いになって新たな王を気取るのはさぞや楽しかったでしょう。でもそれも今日この時をもってお
For
し
you
まい
guys in the chat, we're obviously playing through the game, so that like as we go on, we're gonna reveal some more stuff. So if you're like want to stay completely unspoiled,
Hmm.
caution.
もう一つのレガリア
I mean, technically, we can just skip all this scene.
Yeah, I think people want to see the characters in action. So let's, and by in action, I mean in interaction. So,
Yeah.
この通り。
and for those who might have missed it just now, Tamamo has a ring identical to Nero's somehow. Oh, and a servant and a master identical to Nero's.
This was revealed in the second trailer, so
Hmm.
二人 ということだ。なぜ奏者をはべらせている。このマスターがどうして二人。ミカ、あら、お分かりにならないんですね、セイバーさん。それは少しだけかわいそうですけど、構いません。私の方がずっとかわいそうだったんですから、あなたも少しくらいは許しむべきと思う。ですので、かわいそうついでに、私、宣言しちゃいます。宣言。ここに私はのたまいましょう。これよりはセラフ全域の支配、レガリアとご主人様にかけて、私正真正銘のセラフの支配者になりますね。妄想全開の世まいごとご苦労。だが諦めよ、夢見がちなキツネよ。セラフの信用は世だ。このレガリアが示して。だからこの薬指のレガリア見えません？月の王権を持っているのは今やあなただけじゃないのです。その証拠に、はい、そちらに情報を転送しておきましたから後でじっくり確認なさいませ。現在セラフの支配権はこちらかわいいたまもちゃんが 50%、 そちらおバカな皇帝様が 50%。 お分かりでしょうか。きれいさっぱり私たちの戦力は拮
Brian,
抗しているの
team
です。
Nero, or team Tamamo? I know they're each very unique and fun for their own reasons, but
¿por qué no los dos?
for that.
Yeah, I think. How would I put this?
美しく半分こです。空に太陽が2つあっては地が焼けるというもの。この数日でセラフの順次拡大に伴う新規領域と基地領域を合わせた
I like them both for different reasons. I like that Nero is kind of like steady and focused and really driven, and I like how Tamamo is spontaneous.
Good answer. Whatever you want to choose.
ですからどうかお覚悟を。それまでそちらのご主人様が 染めの城は燃え尽きましょう。ムーンセルは私にレガリアを譲渡した。であればセラフが滅びるのは当然のことなり。私は警告の利器。国あらばこれを荒らし、民あらばこれをもてあそぶ。その本性には抗いませんゆえ。何なのだあやつ。奏者の双子のようなものまで引き連れて、皇帝にして神王たる世に対して名の物いいこともあろうに宣戦布告まで。もう一つのレガリアだと。バカな、そんなはずは。というか奏者、体は大事ないのか。
Yeah, you're pretty tall. Now I think about it.
Well, Nero's quite short, isn't she?
Yeah, Nero's really short. She's like 4 feet something.
Mm-hmm.
She is.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, like
tiny.
this wooden stand behind us is pretty much actual size.
Well,
Yeah, not Tamamo though.
Not Tamamo.
そうか、それは何よりだ。だが
Somebody on Twitter asks,
戻るとしよう。
which would you prefer, Nero or Pendragon?
I prefer Nero.
At Anime Noel.
And Dragon's too boring.
Damn. Them's fighting words.
rude.
Yeah. As big a fan as I've always been of King Arthur in general, I think just working on this particular game has helped me get to know Nero a little better. So I would probably go with Nero of the two.
Team Pendragon?
I like my version of Pendragon.
Show.
My Nendoroid.
Oh yes, show.
This is my Nendo of Saber.
You can get full cam version later.
Thought you were gonna say Nendo of Pendo.
Nendo Pendo.
一心同体とはこのことよな。ずっと親睦。
Question for the chat. Since we do have a lot of ground to cover, do we want to keep on each dialogue pane until the voiceover is done, or do we just want to hold it for a second after the text comes out and then advance it?
I assume that the Fate people want to hear the entire voice. That's why I'm going a little slow, because I want them to hear all the voices. Because they want to hear their waifu talk.
Of course.
Someone in the chat wants to know if we showed off the bride costume. We already showed it in the dressing room, but we could put it on
We could. Yeah, we could do that.
and then do some fighting in it. Looks like voices
そうなのだ。
winning.
Okay.
Let my waifu talk.
高密度のムーンセル。
See, I know these people.
Twins.
何しろメモリだけで一つの聖杯戦争分だ。
But if it gets too long, then I might just start
同じか。
burning through. I mean, you guys are gonna play it anyway, so.
Yeah, it's true.
正直
We still want to show off some of the side characters.
We
That's
do.
true.
Yes, we do.
難しい。 要は
Is there a skill tree? Asks Nums.
こればかりは専門家の助け
Yes and no. We can show you what the install skill screen looks like
Yeah,
a
that'd be
little
good.
later.
それだけで十分に価値がある。
You get not requests, but like tasks from other servants, right?
Right, yeah. Starting about 3 missions into the game, they start giving you what they call side missions, which are just little tasks and feats to accomplish during your main mission, like defeat this many enemies in this amount of time, or consume this many health power-ups, that sort of thing. And if you complete those tasks, then you get little extra rewards in terms of both currency and raising your bond with the servants who gave you the tasks.
ちょっと情熱的だな。
Is this game cross-save with Vita?
Yes, it is.
自覚がないのか？それは少し奇妙といえば奇妙なような。
Saru245 asks, if the whole XSEED office was put in the Holy Grail War, who would be the masters and who would be the servants?
Yeah, that's an interesting spin on the question. We thought of which servants we would want, but hadn't really thought of ourselves as servants per se. Let's see.
I'd definitely be a servant. I'm here to leech power.
胸が驚く。おお、思わず抱きしめてしまいそうになるほどだ。それとも抱きしめてしまおうか。いっそ。
Listen, I could be split Hakuno.
So, what do you want to do? Keep talking?
Let's put the Shackled Bride outfit on, just to show them that next time we go into battle.
And then you want to show off the install skill?
Yes.
我ながら抜群の着こなしだな。見惚れてよいぞ、奏者。
What was it?
Settings.
Oh, settings. Forgot it's in there.
So install skills, and here you can see. So on the right, you see which skills that particular servant has equipped, and you can see that the skills have those lines connecting them. If you put together 2 or more skills of the same color into connecting lines, each of those skills will get a percentage bonus to their stats, and the more you connect that way, the greater the bonus will be. As you raise your servant's bond, those locked slots you see there will open up. Different kind of perks there you can include like straight stat boosts, like boost to your speed or attack or defense, immunity to certain or resistance to certain elements like fire or poison. You can give those elemental aspects to your attacks. You can have your attacks be more effective against regular enemies or against servants, and various other perks like that. And aside from customizing your servant, you can also customize the master with different code cast abilities, which in some maps becomes important because some sectors in certain maps are rigged with traps, and you can look at the sector and in advance outfit your master with the ability to block those traps.
I like this one. Normal attacks may kill regular enemies instantly.
That one is handy.
There's a small chance to obliterate everything. Dual Maxwell GW asks, which class would you guys be?
I don't want to be Lancer.
God.
Because I think they have like the worst luck.
I like to think I'd probably be a ruler, not just because I want to be a king or anything, but because the ruler's job is to kind of make sure everyone plays fair, and I kind of like that role.
Do we want to talk or just want to go to bed?
Yeah, you can go for for longer talks with your characters, or depending on the situation, or you can just go to bed and advance to the next scene.
Let's go to bed.
Yeah, let's keep this going. Show what happens next.
Well, you kind of know who we're gonna go up against next.
What's the max bond for a servant?
I want to say, is it 20 or 30?
Bond?
Yeah.
Bond? I think it can go like way up there. Because I was like bonding. I was like at level. Bonding? Where's that level? I can't remember. I think in Bond you can go up pretty high.
Because I mean, there's a limit to the benefits you get from bonding. So I want to say 30, but I could be wrong. And notice how changing the costume also changes your portrait, by the way.
Which is pretty cool. I was like, wow. I was pretty impressed that you change the costume, the character's portrait changes too.
We already talked about this a little bit earlier, but which character has your favorite voice acting? talked about Tamamo earlier, but
Yeah.
Yeah, Tamamo's fun. Nero, I think, has a really compelling voice. The guy who does the voice for Iskandar is also pretty cool, I think.
Oh, Snake? No, because he voices Solid Snake in the Japanese version of Metal Gear.
Well, he's a good voice actor. Gilgamesh was a pretty nifty voice too.
Gilgamesh is a really intense voice actor
Yeah.
because he plays Domon Kashu. See, I know all these like Japanese voice actor like trivia.
情熱的に過ぎるがその目をされては止めようがないこうなったそなたはテコでも動かぬからなでは玉座にてムーンセル中枢に遠隔アクセスとやらを行うとしよう見ているがよいこうして玉座に世があることでレガリアは広くセラフの隅々まで目を向けることができるやはりキャスターの言葉は真実かセラフの基地領域新規領域を合わせての 50% 確かに奪われているともあれだムーンセル中枢にもアクセスしてみよう2つ目のレガリアのこともう一人の奏者のことどちらも調べぬことには
It's so weird seeing her doing this. Like
She's like Tony
she's super
Stark.
tech savvy.
Yeah, I know.
I don't see her as being tech savvy.
Yeah, and later on, she isn't as tech savvy. So, in fact, you're about to see.
制限がかかっているなぜだ
It's at the beginning.
She tries.
She's like me at technology, like attempting, but
今さら白紙にされてたまるものかそれに何よりレガリアはこうしてこの通り世の薬指に輝いて
レガリアの所有者はあなたです。それは月の聖杯戦争を経て確定された事実。サーバンとセイバー、あなたは確かにセラフの神王であらせられる。ですが現在、セラフには致命的な異常事
You,
態
of
が
course,
発
remember
生し
him
ま
from
し
the
た。
intro.
我が陣に先触れもなく
You can
Who's
kind
that
of
servant?
you can kind of like cosplay this guy because you can tell what kind of material his clothing is made from.
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
true.
Close up look. Damn.
見
The
ての通
detail.
りキャスターのサーバントというのはよくありませんね。まずはこちらの誠意を見せなくては。ですので我が神明で答えま
An
しょう。
ancient Roman emperor using computers. Makes sense.
セラフに選ばれたシステム更新の従事者です。
The power of math finally appeared.
しかしここにたどり着くまでこれほどの時間がかかろうとは私の計算違いでした。今までシステム管理者の権限に甘え転移ばかり使っていた私が悪いのですが徒歩というものはやはり答えます。おっとこちらの都合はまた後でようやくお会いすることができました。神王陛下そして再会を喜びましょう。
Excuse me.
待てアルキメデスとやら貴様アルキメデスあのアルキメデスなのか貴様
はい、おそらくその
Double Nighter wants to know if I pre-order the game on PS4, will the theme I get work on Vita?
それはいやはやそれはそれは
No.
So,
No, unfortunately, no. The PS4 theme and the Vita theme are not bundled together.
ローマで貴様を知らぬ者はいない
Yeah, the costume will work on the Vita if you pre-order on the PS4, but not the theme.
貴様の書物には目を通していた。後に言う早すぎた天才というやつだな。偏屈な人物だったと聞いていたが。
So when I worked on this game, I had zero clue of Fate, and I thought Archimedes was like an old servant, so I tried to look for him, but I couldn't find anything. So he was pretty hard to pin down.
しかし
Yeah, that line, by the way, about how he was sometimes too smart for his own good is most likely a reference to the way he died in real life, where he was sitting in his home doing math in the dirt while his city was being invaded, and when a soldier kicked down his door and came up to him with a sword, apparently all he said was, "Don't disturb my diagrams," and the soldier got mad and killed him for it.
そうなのか。しかし奏者は学士殿のことを知らぬようだ。見よ、愛らしくもきょとんとした顔。ではなく、ではあるが、そうではなく、世の陣に難なく足を踏み入れてみせるとは、ただものではあるまい。敵ではないのだが、一体。
混乱させて申し訳ない。予告なく訪れたぶしつけは謝罪しましょう。ですが、私はあなた方と敵対するものではありません。親王よ、どうか弁明をお許し願いたい。私はあなた方の力となるため、ここへ参上したのですが。
Someone asked, are you more interested in Fate since you worked on these games? And do you have a favorite servant outside of XTELLA?
Oh yeah, ever since I started working I watched Fate Zero and then Fate Unlimited Blade Works, and I'm pretty interested in the new one, Heaven's Field, coming out. And my favorite servant outside of XTELLA, I like Sakura Saber or Okita Soji.
Yeah, my favorite outside of XSTREAM is probably Edison, the Lion Man.
So this is like a what explanation for each one.
Yeah.
So this might take a while.
Yes, it wouldn't be Fate if there weren't plenty of exposition along the way.
すでにお気づきのことでしょうが、私はサーバント。しかし親王よ、あなたのようにマスターを持ってはいません。
はぐれということか。
いいえ、私は初めからマスターを持たない。ムーンセルがセラフ運営のためにと召喚したソロサーバントなのです。私の役割はムーンセルのシステム更新。ムーンセルは信頼できるメンテナンス技師としてこの私を選んだのです。月の聖杯といえどもシステムであるからには整備は必須。実に14000年の周期ごとにムーンセルは自らのシステム更新を行います。次の14000年という時間、滞りなく自らのシステムを運営させるために、あなたたちの勝利によりセラフの運営は変化し、一方で
Yeah, when it said 14,000, I had to reread it just to make sure I'm getting it right, because 14,000 is a big number.
Wasn't there like a weird math problem? That
There were
Archimedes
two
had?
weird math problems. One of which was the prologue that says 12,000 BC, as in 14,000 years prior to now. Originally said 14,000 BC, so we had to get that fixed. Also, later in the game, Archimedes calculates like exactly how much territory you have now versus how much Tamamo has now, and he rounds a little oddly, and it was voiced over, so we couldn't change it too much. But we're like, this is Archimedes; he's not allowed to be bad at math, so we kind of worded the translation in such a way that that the math fit.
許可こそが必要なのです。正しくシステム更新が行われていれば、セラフ各領域で適正プログラムの群れが出現することもなかったでしょう。
So yeah, to sum up, for those who are, who may not have seen all of this text, basically, Archimedes' job is to maintain the integrity of the computer, that supercomputer that they're all living in, called the Moon Cell Core. Every 14,000 years, the core gets a mandatory system update. This is, obviously that time, and as that update was about to occur, this unknown enemy, in the form of that giant shadow creature you saw, apparently attacked the system. There it is. And so that, they theorize, is the reason why these enemy programs are appearing, why there's somehow a second regalia, second ring, and a second master that looks like you. And Archimedes, believing that Saber is the true, the rightful ruler, is pledging his loyalty to you.
I don't know if you know this, Jason, but Datsus 44 wants to know if Archimedes is Angra from Hollow, the voice actor.
Voice actor? Him? I actually looked him up and I didn't really recognize him because his name wasn't like big compared to everybody else. So maybe I may have to look him up again. But yeah, his voice was I liked his voice in this one.
I'm not used to her looking or wearing that costume.
I know, the
Looking up
portrait.
is like startling myself.
Yeah.
So we're getting questions about DLC costumes and stuff. You can talk a little bit about our plans for that, I think?
Sure. Yeah, we will be rolling out the costumes at a rate of anywhere from 3 to 8 per week for about 5 weeks. Europe will be on the same schedule. And each costume is tailored to a particular character. Nero's DLC costumes are all for Nero and so on.
And those will be in packs or...
Yep, there'll be mega bundles for each week.
So we'll definitely have more details about the DLC packs a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
Forever the Fool asks, are there any costumes that you just get through playing the story and not DLC?
Yes, there are some costumes you unlock through gameplay as well. Excuse me.
don't know why I'm just realizing there's rose petals floating all around.
Like, of course
Like,
there are.
I mean, I should always know that there will be rose petals when Nero's involved, but
Yeah. She's got like a rose petal aura for miles.
我が固有スキル術理解明によって失礼ながらすでに状態は把握させていただきました。すなわち現在およそ精神のみで構成された電脳体です。
so after this, do we have any side characters unlocked?
I think we might. We might have Cucullin unlocked and possibly Gawain.
Okay, so maybe after this last mission we can show.
I'll try to go through the mission as fast as possible. 'Cause this talk is long.
Yeah.
This is one of the longer.
Yeah, because it's all exposition.
今の奏者は
I mean, first time you play, yeah, you're gonna be like sitting through it because you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. It's got good voice acting. For like a beat 'em up like action game, it's got a lot of text.
Yeah, there is. I might have mentioned this before. There is more text in each one of the main character storylines in this game than in the entire main storyline for Senran and Kagura Estival versus.
It's a lot of talking.
You can, like, if you're playing through again, you can skip past the text, right?
You certainly can, yes.
Like, if you can't take this lore anymore, you can just skip it.
Skip it and look at
Yeah,
the art book.
my brain is like frying.
But to sum up what they're talking about this part, basically the main character you see there in the white outfit with the red stripes represents the mind of the main character, and the duplicate that's with Tamamo represents that same character's soul. The two of which were split apart during the attack, not on Titan, but by the Titan. Sorry, couldn't resist. So at this point now they're talking about how to put them back together. And he explains that if they can defeat Tamamo and put the regalia back together, that in turn will put the character back together as well. Oh, and fine print. Since the character's mind is existing independently of anything else right now, the character is actually on borrowed time and needs to get back together with the soul in order to continue existing.
奏者そなたは微笑んでみせるのだな。消え果てるかもしれんと告げられてなお
Or else the character will eventually fade away.
微力ながら私も力をお貸ししましょう。信号正当なる王は一刻も早くレガリアを一つに戻し、あなたのお許しをいただき、システム更新を果たさねばなりません。
ならば学士殿は我が軍師となるがよい。
I think you go back to my room.
Yep.
Well, it's not really a room, but you want to talk, or just go straight into battle?
Let's battle.
Okay.
There's more talk once you buy the game if you want to see it. But
So
yeah, let's battle. Okay, and yeah, we are actually.
is it stage
yeah,
2?
Play the battle stage.
When you play the whole chapter, you get more talk.
Yeah.
Just a heads up.
So we'll
There is more story.
I can
more
go
spoilers.
hard, but I'll just do normal so it can go faster.
Yeah, I mean, you are still level 11, or maybe a little higher by now, but
Not we're 11.
yeah. Hard is recommended level 18, and they are not kidding.
I mean, you can if you play at lower level, if you play in a stage that's like lower level or it's like higher than your level, you level up really fast.
That is true.
聞こえますか、信王よ。今こそレガリアに秘められし力を発動させる時。
So this is the thing I didn't show you earlier because I wasn't technically supposed to have it in the story yet, but here it is.
technically supposed to transform here, but
Well, yeah, your meter's full, so you can just push the button.
what was it with this one?
Yeah,
I haven't played this game in a while.
And yes, you may have noticed that she was wearing a helmet, which then immediately disappeared. There is a lore-specific reason for that, which is she puts on the helmet because it looks cool, then takes it off because it's hot.
Did we already discuss which mode that was?
Yeah, it's called Moon Crux mode.
なたに捧げようお待ちしていました
We magical girl now.
勝ち目はありません
And here in this stage, basically Medusa creates a field that dampens your strength and increases Lu Bu's strength. You're about to see Lu Bu. And so you have to take over a few specific sectors to lower that field while Lu Bu is constantly trying to hunt you down.
彼らの力は反映しています
Let's see, where do I go?
してください
Go that way.
これはセラフ内に存在する死脈を利用した結界です魔力の起点となるセクターを指示しますすべて制圧
Although right now Jason is so OP, he could probably take out Lu Bu anyway.
Yeah, what is this mad dashing you're doing, Jason?
I'm just doing speed struts. The thing is, when he's buffed, that he has like armor on everything, so I can't like stagger him.
Here, by the way, you see the Shackled Bride in action.
So yeah, I'm getting stunned by Archer, which is annoying.
OBGA asks why Moon Crux and not the original Moon Crunch.
Well, we talked about that in the office, and short answer, Moon Crunch sounded too much like a breakfast cereal. We do reference the original title, Moon Crunch, as well as the reason it was called that in Japanese in the encyclopedia.
Yeah, I'm not doing any damage to him, so I'm just gonna go.
We're just gonna leave.
So where do I go? Go. Is it this way? Yeah. Like I barely damaged him, but then I kind of need to take over that spot.
Well, you can always lure him away and then come back.
Let me take this thing out first.
Oh shit, they're about to take over everything.
Yeah, that's. See, these damn archers are like stopping me.
And as a note, I believe that one of your teammates did just take over another sector, so they can do that sometimes.
They can save you at random points.
Their independent allies don't need no saber.
Yeah.
Oh, I need that.
Yep. That's one of the Noble Phantasm circuits.
So the reason why you're so, like, you don't do as much damage is because of that stupid blood fort.
And now that Lu Bu is out of this area, Jason is going to clean house.
If I can.
Believe in you. Is there any terminology you were playing with other than Moon Crux?
Well, there was one other thing. This is a new thing they added to this game, where certain sectors, once you come in, will lock you in until you clear them. The original literal translation for that was Big Mistake Servant, as in, haha, you activated my Big Mistake Servant. And I think the name we ended up going with was Servant Slammer.
the last guy. Now you don't. You make people may be confused. They're like, I can't see what's going on. Well, you really don't need to know where you're swinging.
Yeah.
You'll hit something.
You'll hit something. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so I need to go on the other side.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah, basically, Saber can fly in this game because you can dash so long.
Yeah, you also get a lot of air if you dash and then jump immediately. Now here we are in one of the other two sectors that we need to take over to dispel the Blood Fort Andromeda.
I like that blender move.
Mm-hmm.
I think it doesn't. Let's do this.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that. Of course, your Mooncrux meter is also full.
It's true. There, last one. You take care of the.
奏者よ、このエリアをそなたに捧げよう。
なんという神王でしょう。こうもたやすく領土を増やすとは。
You know, I should just do this. Just go into like, what is it, command seal mode.
You could do that. You could do that. I don't expect you'll need to continue with this map, so especially after you get rid of the Blood Fort.
Yeah, once I take out the blood for it, everything will die in like 2 hits. No, let's do it. What was it? Touchpad?
Yeah, the options menu. Touchpad is pause menu.
Option.
Yep.
Alright, you'll see what happens when I use it. Look how many bars I get now.
And now you see
Oh
that,
my god!
that extra meter that represents how long you get to spend in this mode.
Yeah, everything's like dying. You're going so fast.
Yeah.
And yeah, this may look too fast to follow, but once you're in game, it's really not. You get a sense of where you are and who's where and what to hit.
Yeah, you're hitting something. It's all the bases, and that should be back to normal.
奏者よ、このエリアをそなたに捧げよう。
Any more bases when you take over?
Not before you. Oh, there's if you want to go fight Lu Bu.
I'll kill Lubu. Where is he? Oh, it's
Yeah,
this
he's
one.
right there. Yeah.
Oh, he moved.
He'll be back.
Well, since that blood fort's gone, like I'm back to like normal power,
Mhm.
and then everything. like
Plus the the command seals, the 3 command seals. So.
This is danger right now.
Yeah, Lu Bu is causing some trouble there.
味方が襲われているな。
Yeah.
Going to Lubu's place can be. Oh, I have to go all the way around.
Yeah, one way or the other.
Do I want to stop and save this place?
You don't need to.
Yeah, it's only one.
But yeah, sometimes you will need to make those sorts of decisions, whether to play offense or defense at a particular moment. You know, sacrifice a certain sector or stop what you're doing to defend it.
Where is the... Oh, yeah, you can take this thing out. So that's a counter. It's like right before you're about to get hit, if you block at the same time, you can knock them back.
Yeah, once you get to Lubu, you should do Mooncrux while using your command seals.
Oh yeah, I should do that. I don't have enough time. Yeah, I took over this base.
How do you says it looks like the areas are kind of hard to navigate. How do you get used to it?
Well, you'll be, there's the arrows help. And, you know, as you sit closer to the screen, you'll see, you know, kind of where the connecting points
Lubu,
are.
where are you? Oh, there he is. There. He's dead.
Yeah.
Doesn't take long to get used to it.
And then the sector, like, the most difficult thing about it, I think, are the different levels in some of them. Like, you know, he's on the lower level now. But the mini-map, the sector map on the upper right-hand corner is actually pretty straightforward.
And yes, you can skip this scene if you want to.
Do you want to, though?
Yeah, exactly. Magical girl, you know.
You start blocking everything.
It's trying to wait you out. You're almost out of command seal juice. Not that that stops you from playing, it just turns you back to normal and makes it so you can't continue on the rest of the level.
Oh, took out Lubu.
Yep, which should pretty much max out. Oh, I guess not yet. Still got a couple more sectors to take care of.
And there's a couple of pressers here.
Oh, this base is taken over.
Why is it still showing 6 there? Okay, there we go. Alright, now you're all set.
Oh, by the way, when the command seal runs out, it just... nothing happens.
Yeah. There's the second Noble Phantasm circuit. The third one you can see on the mini-map is up in that sector to the north. This is the sequence that plays every time you complete a regime matrix.
Oh, I also had fun playing with Medusa. She was pretty cool. Oh, and then she came into my area immediately. Where am I? Okay, let me go get my last piece. Where are you?
You're Phoenix.
Oh, by the way.
Alright, let me go fight her. Yeah, we're just like double teaming
Yeah,
her, so she can't do
sad.
anything.
You can break their shield.
If you're in Mooncrux mode, you can break their shield.
Yeah, there's a guard break move, which at one point in the game you will need. Just saying.
Yeah. I like didn't remember the tutorial.
Oh, she's Noble Phantasming.
Okay,
Oh,
she.
we messed her up though.
Yeah, I think we stopped her free. Yeah, she can counter you too, by the way. So if you just complete a whale on her, she will counter. Okay, so I'll do this. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. There, now she can't touch me. want to do other characters?
Yeah.
Or are we cutting it close to our time?
Yeah, what is the time?
It's 5:12.
Oh wow, time flies.
Indeed.
It's 5:21.
Oh, 21. Yes.
Time flies.
All right. Yeah, we could do like one of the side stories. Let's see which ones we have.
Yeah.
You can skip the story mode. If you guys
Okay.
the rest of the story,
Yeah,
play,
if you want to
play
see,
the game.
yeah, exactly. Alright, side story.
So we unlock 2.
Kukulin or Li Shuen? Let's take a vote.
Alright.
Pretty sure it's Kukulin.
The boy Ku.
Plus he's level 4, so he's a little stronger.
Alright. Eventually, by the way, you gain the ability to spend the currency points you gain throughout the game to level up your side characters.
Oh yeah, that thing is busted.
Yeah.
So you don't have to work for your character anymore. You just pay them off and they'll get stronger.
See, can we do that yet? Oh, we can. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna buff him up.
Oh yeah, make him like 16 if you can. If you can go up to 16, I think that's like the ideal. Like his entire combo potential is unlocked. If you can go up there, if you can spend that much, because it's starting to cost you a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be close, but you know what else we're gonna spend this on? Oh, I guess we're okay. I guess it's out of our price range for now. Okay. Well, all right.
What level are you? Like 11 now?
11, yeah. So
Yeah.
okay, we'll go ahead and
I don't think.
install.
Yeah, I think you can't go past what Nero is, because Nero's 11.
All right, that should be good enough. Let's do it. First stage for the side story.
We're going on 15.
Yep.
I mean, you will level up pretty fast.
いよいよ俺の出番かね。
Oh, also, if you have what different outfits for these characters, that their portraits also change. I think it changed
Yeah, there's.
because I like Kukulin's secondary outfit.
I'm gonna take off the overlay for a second so you can see Ku's beautiful face.
そして敵を蹴散らしてみせるがよい。
はいよ、任せな。聖杯戦争じゃ見せる機会もなかったが、戦働きは俺の得意分野だ。ま、敵将さっくり仕留めてくるさね。皇帝陛下は玉座でのんびり家宝を待ってな。独走は構うが、連携を忘れるな。私も戦場へ出るのでね。なんだよ、てめえも一緒かよ。これまた嫌味な組み合わせだぜ。
獰猛タイプと策謀タイプ。まさに甲乙つけがたいというやつだな。
はいはい、細かいことは赤マントの領分だ。俺は気の向くままに走るだけだしな。一番槍は俺がもらうぜ。当然、あちらさんの敵将の首もな。
So these side stories take place at the same time as the main story, right?
Basically, there's some exceptions to that, but I won't spoil anything. Some take place concurrently. Some are kind of, well, anything I say more would be a spoiler. So.
Yeah, I think they said that Ku is like probably the most, like one of the strongest characters in the game when you level him up.
Mm-hmm.
He gets pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, so, some side characters, instead of that Moon Crux power, they have what's called Moon Drive, where they just power up temporarily in a more minor way. But you can see that's what I'm doing now.
Unfortunately, no magical girl poop.
Nope.
I mean, you can still use the moon drive,
Yeah.
which just roids him up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it doesn't transform. It doesn't spin around.
Yeah.
So so mid battle you do level up in the game.
Interesting. We can take this second. Dramatic slow motion wobbling.
But you're in okay, you're fine because you're close to like
Yeah.
danger.
Yeah, I'll guard that that territory first, and then I'll go from there.
敵増援の源であるセクターが判明した。直ちにそこを落とすのだ。これで敵増援を食い止められるぞ。世からの勅令である。フランコを華麗に破壊せよ。
Get some Noble Phantasm too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, each character, including the side characters, have their own Noble Phantasms.
You picked up a jug a second ago. Is that Holy Fill your Extell maneuver?
It does indeed. Oh, so I accomplished one of these side mission tasks. I'm not actually sure which one. I didn't check them before I started. Oh, two of them.
Actually, Nero popped up earlier, so
Oh.
we have
Yeah,
at
already
least
doing
three.
three. So when you finish these, like when you complete those side missions, like I think was it their bond goes up.
Their bond goes up, and you get a currency reward as well. QP. That's what they call it.
You get QP, you also get a what do you call it? The install skills.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these
When your bond goes up, they
Yeah,
they
they'll-
celebrate your bond by giving you gifts.
Yeah.
Like giving you pieces of buffs.
Yeah, and one of the nice things is any install skills you find, even if they're lower than what the install skill rating you currently have for that skill, they increase the number of that skill, so no install skills are wasted. And if you have any skills you don't want, you can actually break them down into currency to help improve the ones you do want. I guess technically you can't use the currency to improve install skills, but you can use them to level yourself up, and you can use them to buy new outfits for the main character, which give you new abilities, new code casts.
So you level up twice so far. So you're at level 13. I think, like I said, 16 I think will give you a good chunk of the combo tree potential.
Okay, that's that sector defended. I'll double back here and get the second Noble Phantasm circuit.
Yeah, so I told people, everybody that if you play on the stage that's a higher level than you are, you will gain level much faster. If you play on a lower level like we were doing, like at level 11, and we're playing on a level 4 stage, you get nothing.
Very true.
So the game is always like, trying to challenge you. Like, don't be just farming easy stages. You actually want to be playing on harder stages. But some of these harder stages, they get pretty high.
Dr. 44 asks, how many difficulty levels are there? Do you unlock any by clearing the game?
Yes, there is a very hard difficulty, which you can unlock later.
Yeah, very hard is pretty high up there. But I think very hard is probably the most fun difficulty in the game.
Yeah, if you want to stay hypey 100% of the time.
Yeah, because the amount of challenges it gives you is actually more. It's more entertaining and much more rewarding. Because playing on easy, it's like, or normal, it's, I mean, you're not challenging yourself, plus you don't get anything out of it. Like, you don't get any, like, bonuses.
Yeah, if you want to play for story, though, it's a good option.
Exactly.
Incidentally, there's a trophy for clearing each side character's story. All the names of those trophies are usually named after bits of their lore or quotes from like earlier installations or installments in the series. For that reason, we resisted the temptation to call Cuchullin's trophy "We're Lancers on the Moon, we carry a harpoon."
So I can't remember if this scene changes.
It does change a little bit depending on who you're playing.
Who
with.
crashes the party? Is it Nero or is it you?
It's still it's you at this point.
Still rating.
I just like it who crashes the party and destroys everything.
ご機嫌いかが雑魚豚たち。今日はコンサートに来てくれてありがとう。
Yes, he was scumbag, just destroying everybody.
Wait, I need his beautiful face again. Oh, that's not so beautiful.
That's his cranky face.
じゃないわよ。私の歌で軍勢のテンションを上げてるの。
まあ祭りは嫌いじゃねえけどな。これも仕事だ。覚悟しな、ジョーちゃん。
ゲリラじゃないわよ。ボランティアよ。もうやっちゃいなさい。私のしもべ。
So if you take out this stage fast enough, you should be able to beat or fight Elizabeth, because you only need 3, and this stage is 4, or this stage costs 4. So that's one thing I like about the plant is actually it tries to run away from you when you hurt it too much,
Nope.
and it'll actually fly.
Yeah, those aerials, you have to bring it down.
Yeah, it's still in the air.
There we go.
So all that's left is take out this base as fast as possible.
We'll do.
What other health items are there?
There's the sake, there's the full bento box, I guess, and then there's, I think those might be the only 2.
No, the yakisoba.
Oh, the yakisoba.
Yakisoba bread.
That's right.
Hooray. Then I can go fight Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm. Now, where is she going to appear?
Probably in that bottom area.
Yeah, probably.
You can go over there now and just meet her there.
That's what I'm doing. Okay, yes. Regime makers is complete. And there she is, yep.
So since this is on hard difficulty, she is actually a challenge.
Which is why I'm going to lead off with the Noble Phantasm. Where is she? Ah, there she is.
You didn't do any damage.
Barely dented.
Jason, who has your favorite Noble Phantasm in Stella?
Who has my favorite? That's a good one. Li Xuan has a pretty sick one.
Yeah, Li Xuan does the
Could
cool
he just-
guys don't look at explosions.
Yeah, he just punches his own trail. So I'm like, he has a cool one. I mean, Joan is also cool, but
Tragic.
Yeah.
I mean, to her lore, yeah.
Yeah. I like how Elizabeth just screams at you.
Elizabeth is cool. She summons the castle
Yeah.
as giant speakers.
Yeah.
Oh, I level up again. Okay.
Yeah, summon Shinji. They do work. It's surprising how much they just go after it.
Yeah, it's really cool actually.
Because you think it's not gonna work, so then they start going in a different direction.
And decoys are clutch when they're like on moon tracks or moon drive.
Ow, 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 ow. So good.
You do also have a level was it Command Seal version.
Oh, yeah. Well, it may come to that, but I'm going to try to win without it.
You're taking a lot.
I am. But you know what? I got
Can
this.
Ryan do it?
I beat all the Hectors in Earth Defense Force. I can do this. Well, Junpei and I. I see.
Like I said, this. Yeah, dang, I just give you everything.
Fully loaded.
Like I said, yeah, hard is it's actually a challenge. It may take you a while.
We got time. Dramatic wobble.
So technically this base is yours, but she's still there. And she's on moon drive mode, so she can wreck you.
Yeah. You get caught in a combo, you're done.
So all I can do right now is just run. No,
Yeah,
you're
that's what I
fine.
usually do
You're
too.
fine now because you're both invincible basically. So once yours runs out, yeah, just run. Oh, hers ran out. Was it Lancers that has all the worst luck, or is it only like that?
I want to say yeah. I think
Is it all Lancers have the worst luck? I don't know. I don't know the lore for that one.
Yeah. Chat, help us out with the assist.
So I know that Lancer in Fate Zero had 0 luck.
Well,
I think he has 0 luck.
Apparently Lancers have the worst luck in general.
Sucks to be Lancers.
which is why you didn't want to be a Lancer class.
I can see Elizabeth having terrible.
Oh.
Oh, you died.
It's okay. I got command seals. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you can use all three at once.
This is for making it come to this.
See, that's not even fair. It's like how much I get more now. And you get
like a sliver of HP? Come on.
yeah. Well,
His name is Cucullin, and he'll bash your skull. He's Cucullin the Lancer Man.
Oh, yeah. Classic coup dying. Look at his face.
dang, went up 4 levels in one stage.
Wow.
Well, what time is it?
It's 5:43.
Yeah, what day?
5:43.
It's getting pretty late, guys.
It's kind
It's
of
almost
late.
time for your bed. Let's see, these are the little side missions.
Did you want to answer some questions? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, last minute questions. Don't ask for spoilers.
No spoilers allowed.
Oh, that's a lot of fate. Who's Spandex Man?
Yeah. Before I knew his name, I called him Tron Guy.
Strong guy, yeah. I want to switch over to cam only, I think. That's cool, people. There you go.
Just extreme close up of Jason.
You can have my picture of with
Oh yes, the
pervy
Kirby
saber.
You can show off the LE again
Yeah.
while we're waiting for questions.
And talk about the.
Each card.
Oh yeah.
So we learned today Nero is super pompous. Tamamo is a yandere waifu. And he's cool.
Nendo Saber? Yeah.
Do you want to show off our credit?
Hmm?
You want to show off Gropey
Gropey Saber.
Yeah.
Here's Gropey Saber with the best face.
See, move her back a little because it's a little out of focus.
Move back.
Yeah, there you go. Ooh. Wonderful.
So this is my preferred saber.
There's also a saber on a lion.
Oh yeah.
So we got these toys in front of us. We got from our personal collection. Like this one. This is like the more normal one. I think mine's like the least normal.
Yeah.
Incidentally, there is a conversation Nero has with you about lions. The subject matter may surprise you. I'll leave that for you guys to discover.
What are your favorite alternate costumes?
In this game,
Yeah.
alternate, I like Ku's alternate. He's pretty cool. Because I don't like his bodysuit. So that's why it kind of turned me off, is his bodysuit. But when he got his secondary outfit, it was really sick. So
Yeah, with the fur-lined jacket, is it?
yeah, it's or
Yeah.
street clothes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Iskandar has an outfit they call Formal King. It's just like him in like modern day slacks and suspenders and everything. And he looks pretty classy in that. Yeah, we should tweet that picture later. Yeah. the mow them down. one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we? Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Can we show off the John?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm?
Go ahead, show off the Jean.
Oh, here's Joan of Arc. It's not mine, so I can't really do anything with it. I can't tamper with it. So, but I can tamper with Saber. And then do it again. Just because it works with like so many things. Like do this. Pedo Saber.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we're just ruining Saber's reputation.
That's what he said.
Any other questions for now?
I think we're good now.
Yeah.
We just want to,
Wrap it up.
yeah, and
All right.
have the LE and the PS4 digital.
You can open
one
it now.
time.
Since I opened it last time, you can have the joy of opening.
Yeah.
Well, once more, this is the LE, the Noble Phantasm Edition, out on the 17th for PS4 and Vita, and taking pre-orders now. Here's the cool cloth poster. You see some of the cards. You've seen some of the cards just now. Hand me the book, please. And, yeah, well, we got a few minutes. Let me show you just a few more cool pictures from the book. So, for example, I like this picture of Lu Bu. It's so huge they couldn't fit it on one page.
Lube was a big boy.
Yeah. Some concept art for Nero. Yeah. I like the one where Nero is wearing Hakuno's outfit. And then, oh, can't show you that.
While you're
Wayne
flipping
Street
through.
clothes.
Oh yeah, Gawain's
Oh
so.
my god, you
he's
have
so
to show
pimp.
Gawain's like Miami Vice
Oh,
80s
yeah.
outfit.
Yeah,
This
there it
is
is.
fabulous.
There it is.
Gawain's pimp outfit.
Mhm. And then just to give you an idea of what the, let's see, I can't quite show you that, definitely can't show you that.
While you're flipping
That.
through, who's your favorite waifu in EXTELLA? From Ranma 202.
Elizabeth. She's my Facebook profile picture.
Can't show
What about you, Ryan?
Favorite waifu in EXTELLA? You know, again, I have to go with Nero. I am on Team Nero. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so this is the general style of the encyclopedia section. Got those little illustrations near a lot of the entries.
Warning spoilers.
Lots and lots of text. And yes, there will be spoilers right at the start of the encyclopedia, so just
Like,
FYI.
don't even open to that page.
Mhm. And that about sums it up.
All right.
All right.
My waifu.
That's true. So thank you everyone for joining us. We
Yeah, thank
hope
you very much.
Enjoyed. Well, let's look at Fate EXTELLA. So make sure you pre-order. We've got the Noble Phantasm edition, which we've shown for pre-order on the PlayStation Store, which gets you the exclusive theme and then Nero's Shackle Bride outfit once the game is launched. And then, although there's no pre-order campaign, there will be a bundle for the Vita that has the equivalent theme and Gilgamesh's Cold-Blooded Warden
That's right.
DLC outfit that will be available for 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yes.
So,
Yeah, look for the early bird bundle. That's what it's going to be called.
there we go. So, we hope you enjoyed. Thank you.
Thank
and
you.
we will see you again.
Sorry for
See
the
you soon.
super long stream.
More content. They love content.
Mhm.
We'll talk more next time.
Yeah, we wanted to, give you the voices of your characters.
For sure.
So have a great weekend, everyone.
Have a great weekend.
See you later.
See you soon.